Hi YouTube, it's me, and thank you for joining my channel today. I just wanted to let you all know, um maybe talk to you a little bit about what your opinions are, and stuff about something that I have learned on the news media, like recently, that really just bothered me. Like recently, President Obama released that it was okay for schools to have like a gender neutral background, and for several reasons, I think that that's not really a great idea. But these are just my opinions, and what I wanted to tell you all, like based off of what I know from my upbringing and from like thinking about certain things in my life. I don't think that this is the best thing for our society for several reasons, because I'm sorry if this video was just kind of like put together at the last minute, so it's kind of like um slightly disorganized. I have notes here that I have written, but that's about it. um yeah, so basically I'll be using the Bible because I don't have any other way to prove to help support my argument other than from the what the Bible says. And I'm not really well versed in how, I guess, like, I'm not really to be honest, I'm not really well versed in the Bible, but like it doesn't mean that I can't like use it to help support my argument. And um and there are several reasons why like atheists and other non-believers and other people of other religions should listen and understand without having to have a very strong background of Christianity. And also, if non believers are very turned off by this video, I just wanted to say, like, later on in my discussion, I will be just discussing science topics, which will help support my argument as to why we shouldn't have like gender reassignments or gender neutral bathrooms. And then if that's not enough for you, if you don't like science or whatever, from a public health point of view, and like a public safety point of view, like what later on in my discussion, why it is important to have like separate bathrooms for separate sexes, and not to blur the lines between genders. So later on I will discuss that as well. But basically, like, firstly, I just wanted to tell you all, in today's world, when we have like billions and billions of people out in the world with many different ideas and different walks of life, different religions or lack of religions, different types of educations, it's easy to infiltrate like the mass media with lots of different ideas. And sometimes I come across things online that um, music videos and stuff online that I wish I hadn't had come across, because I was kind of better off not knowing or understanding what I had just seen. But basically, but anyways, that's beside the point. But what I meant to say was that, like, I feel that like these mass media ideas that are projected out, sometimes they blur the lines between what is real and what is not real. And so, like, people who surgically remove body parts in order to become another gender, that's not real. That's just artificially removing something from your body and replacing it with something different. So what is real is the fact that our society keeps blurring it and saying that it's acceptable when it's not. What is real is that the DNA, woman has two X chromosome, a man has an X and a Y chromosome, and even though you remove those surgically, those body parts surgically, like, you're still a man at the end of the day. You can't change your DNA no matter how hard you try. How how is it that our DNA is so important? It goes back to being a Christian and being like made. Man was made in the womb. Man was made in a perfect image of that resembled God. And so what that means, like, from basically, I looked up online, Genesis chapter 1:27. God created man in his own image, and God, as we all know it, according to the Bible, God is like the all perfect being, and he is pure and perfect. And so basically, he made everything that he makes and touches, it's intentional, and everything that he created was like extremely intentional, and you shouldn't change it at all. So having said that, um I don't think that it's right. And you can't really like change yourself completely. You can only change yourself artificially from like the outside, but internally you're always going to be a man or a woman. um Additionally, from like a public safety and a public and also like from a public health point of view, um for safety reasons, I don't really believe that we should have mixing up of genders in the bathrooms, because young women could get raped. Young men could try and pretend like they're a gender neutral woman when they're really not. And they could try and enter into the woman's bathroom and people could get raped. And children could get like molested or something. So, so from a public viewpoint, it could potentially cause more hazards. I don't think that it should be. I don't think that, that the people should get away with that. Um, from going back to like a biblical point of view, you're not supposed to, technically speaking, you're not supposed to engage in homosexuality or anything like that, because it doesn't produce a baby, and the sex from it doesn't really produce a baby. And number two, um, there are a lot of like diseases and stuff that can be shared if you engage in um, deviancies like that. So from a health point of view, it shouldn't be permitted. And so if you're a man and you change yourself to a woman, your DNA is still male DNA. You have an X chromosome and you have a Y chromosome. You can never change it. And so at the end of the day, um, you're still having sex with another man, which is homosexuality. So however you look at it, whichever religion you come from, it's kind of like, it's not good. I don't really think it's healthy for society as a whole, and it confuses people. I don't think that it should be accepted for several reasons. But and to give you just to give you like an example from the Bible that I had written this down prior, and then I went online to go look it up on my own, just to make sure, and it actually matched up. So it was like First Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9, and it basically means that don't be effeminate. If you're a woman, don't try and act like a man, and don't try and be a woman attracting other women, and when you're acting like a man. So so basically, like, don't blur the lines of gender, even through physical traits, and even through like the words that you speak or how you project yourself to another. But basically, like, that pretty much concludes like what I had wanted to say. So it was basically like really short. So yeah, so from your point of view, whether you take it from a science point of view, whether you take it from a public health or public safety point of view, like, what are your thoughts about these people who are surgically removing their body parts in order to change themselves? Like, what are your thoughts? Like, I feel that I don't really, from like a normal point of view, like, I don't really feel that this is an issue. Like, I feel that you were born a man, and that's it. Like, there's no really big issue, and there's no really big deal. I think that those people were corrupted at a young age to believing that they were a man in a woman's body for whatever reason, and it stuck to them. I don't believe that they were born as a man really wanting to be a woman. I don't believe that at all. Like, it's just something that they were corrupted with, and our society's like condoning it, and we keep blurring the lines. I feel that sometimes we need stricter laws and more conservative people that are objecting to this kinds of things. I think as a society, we're not ready for it, and I don't think that we will ever be ready for this kinds of in betweenness. I guess it shouldn't be tolerated. But basically, like, so just tell me. I know that this is like a really controversial opinion. I know that there's going to be a lot of people who say that this is America, that people should be able to do whatever they want to do with their bodies. It's their life. But it's not always about the individual person. You have to look at the society as a whole. You have to think about it in terms of what is best for society at large. And sometimes, like, people like, if I was a youth growing up and there was like a gender neutral bathroom in my elementary school, like, I wouldn't have really known what that was. Like, I would have been really confused. if that had happened, I don't really think that it would have corrupted me or anything like that. Like I still would have been against it, but I would have. What I'm trying to say is like you lose part of your like mental purity if you like introduce young kids to this idea, even if it is just through the gender neutral bathrooms. Like you just planted a seed in their mind for a further corruption. And so from that point of view, it can also be frowned upon. Um, Please leave your comments below. I know it's been kind of quiet lately. Like I've been busy with school and stuff, and like just give me your comments all around your viewpoints. It's kind of nice to post things online because then I can get people's ideas, like where I discuss things with people like close friends and family members, like we have similar like types of viewpoints and similar upbringing, so it's not really like earth shattering if somebody's just something really different. There's not really much different, so it's nice to post things online where a lot of people can give me different types of feedbacks from different backgrounds. But yeah, but regardless, those are my opinions, and I guess I'll talk to you all later. Please thumbs up to my videos, subscribe to my channel, and thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.